Hi, Isabel. It's Ashley here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Um, I feel because you had chosen confidentiality, and I had chosen dual relationships, and I feel like they're kind of similar. I feel like they can kind of relate to each other in a way, because in the dual relationship one, the one that I had chose was kind of like making sure that you strictly follow um, the protocols and making sure those boundaries are set in place to protect yourself and your job and your family and the students, and just to make sure there's just like a level and layer of protection on there, by ensuring that you have appropriate relationships with your students and their families and your peers and coworkers. So I feel like that kind of can relate to yours, the confidentiality, because being able to follow the confidentiality guidelines, um, or standard, I feel it just being able to follow them, you are ensuring the protection and the safety of your students, of yourself, of your family, of your job. Just making sure that things don't go out of line, out of where they're supposed to be. I'm saying that if a student and their families share something with you in your room in the meeting, then it's confidential. You cannot be sharing that with others, even if coworkers just want to gossip. That's one of my things. I don't like gossiping. Of course, we all do it every now and then, but one thing I just don't have, I guess, like tolerance for, I'm noticing that in myself, is gossip. Because one, who cares? Two, who has the time to be gossiping and spreading all that stuff? I mean, for me personally, I don't have time. I don't have energy for it. I just want to do my job and I want to do it well. I want to make sure everything's okay and set, because when I go home, I have a lot of things I need to do and I don't have time for more drama than that's already in my life. So that's how I see it as for my beliefs, and everyone is different. So I can see why they put these standards in place, because a lot of us need to be reminded of what we can do and what we can't do. And unfortunately, even with these standards, people go against them. And they're there for good reasons, to be able to make sure that the program runs smoothly and just ethically and just good and right. But anyways, let me just talk a little bit about what you had said and what I had noticed from your discussion. So it's just to protect students' privacy, balancing safety and legal requirements, and I feel, and it creates a safe place and limits of confidentiality. Okay, so yes, that's kind of similar to what I was saying. It creates a safe place for everyone involved. For you, I just think of it as protect yourself. You know, follow those rules. They're there for you to, so that you can follow them and you can um, make sure that you're okay and everyone's okay and you're safe. And balance it. Yes, of course there'll be some things you're going to have to go against it. Um, you're going to have to, there's certain things where a student is going to share with you and it's just protocol that you have to report it and you have to um, take it out of that room because of the context of it. For example, if they're getting abused or they feeling like suicidal, things like that. Let me move on. So the benefits is trust. um, it says trust and calmness, respect, students open up. Okay, so yes, it protects students from labeling and confidentiality broken for safety. So it just protects your students from labeling, I guess, themselves, or labeling them as it protects students from other students, and just them getting labeled as, oh, this kid is emo because she always goes to the counselor to talk about XYZ. Oh, this student is poor because they go to the counselor or because they have to have these services, things like that. um and then trust, I really like how one thing I noticed from last semester was in the videos that we would see that they had said, having these in place and talking to the students before we start our sessions, is telling them about the rules that are in place, and that you're only going to break it is if something goes against the guidelines, is because you're being honest with them. And at their young age, a lot of people just don't tell them the truth, and I just feel they need to be told the truth. And just by us as counselors telling them, okay, these are the rules we have to follow, and if we go against these, I have to report it. Okay, I have to share it with your family, or whoever you have to share with, and it just helps them open up and to trust you. So I can see how that is in place. And then the last part, pitfalls: external pressure from outside people. Counselors less vulnerable in decision making if we don't have these guidelines. Students might hesitate to seek support. Lack of clarity can be violation. Undermine causes counselor's role as trusted. Okay, so and I can see how if we break the confidentiality, that it becomes, the school counselor can become less reliable, less vulnerable in decision making, because they're gonna see that the counselor does not trust anyone. That does not trust anyone. It does not sorry, that they're gonna see that the counselor is not following the rules. She's not being professional. She needs to follow the guidelines and the confidentiality, and they're just going to not want to include her or hear the counselor's thoughts on a certain decision, because they see that she's not capable of being professional enough. That's how I see it as, and I'm just excited to learn more about it, more about these rules and how we can follow them. Okay, Isabel, it was great hearing your discussion. See you next week.